Call Allah, La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. I want to start by I want to give a shout out to the Akim. Okay, Yahweh. Actually, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, Salakia. Who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem, which is in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I want to give a shout out to the Akim that's pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the name of Yahweh, Yahushua, and to the confusion of faces whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations just scattered amongst. Plus, same thing if your seed line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American man. And if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth and you can receive it, to you confusion the faces, you are Israelites, if you fit those categories. To sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, if you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who this word's going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true your true Hebrew Israelites, okay? The true Jews, the chosen people of the Most High, okay? And it's basically a World War III up there, but Israel, the land of Israel, right now, okay, it's prophesied that that land will be destroyed. Okay, now you have Iran saying they have a new missile that can reach Israel. Okay, so this is prophecy. So I'm gonna play this a little bit.
The Islamic Republic of Iran has unveiled a new missile capable of reaching targets up to 800 miles away. RT correspondent Dan Cohen has this story.
Iranian officials celebrated the development of their new missile on the 40th anniversary of the Iranian Revolution.
We live in a world in which some rulers do not pay attention to the nation's rights, the nation's sovereignty, their votes, and are not committed to any agreement and international laws. They violate all of them, easily.
It's a surface-to-surface projectile capable of flying at low altitudes. It can be launched at a moment's notice and reaches distances up to 800 miles away. It's no surprise why Iran would want missiles that can reach such distances. Now, it has the capability to strike countries which have made clear their desire to see regime change in Iran, even by military force. It was just a few months back that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu threatened to annihilate Iran during an appearance at the facility where Israel has built dozens of nuclear weapons. Here's what he said about the new missile.
I have a clear message to the tyrants in Tehran. We know what you are doing, and we know where you are doing it. We will continue to act against Iran with all tools at our disposal in order to ensure Israel's security and future.
Or how about Saudi Arabia? Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman called Iran's Ayatollah worse than Hitler, and he successfully lobbied the Trump administration to increase pressure on Iran. For its part, the Trump administration has done just that. First, Trump pulled out of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, better known as the Iran deal, and now he's keeping troops across the border in Iraq to keep an eye on Iran.
You're keeping troops in Iraq because you want to be able to strike in Iran?
No, because I want to be able to watch Iran. All I want to do is be able to watch. We're going to keep watching, and we're going to keep seeing. And if there's trouble, if somebody's looking to do nuclear weapons or other things, we're going to know it before they do.
Now, some might point out that the Iran deal kept inspectors inside Iran and allowed them to keep a much closer eye on its nuclear energy program than American soldiers hundreds of miles away in Iraq ever could. But then again, maybe that's the point. Reporting in Washington, Dan Cohen, RT. Hey, YouTube, thanks.
So that's the video right there, okay? So they got their missile now. So let me get to the scriptures. This Habakkuk 2. And 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay? And now these prophecies is no longer how could I put it? These prophecies are no longer slowing down. Okay, it's no longer one prophecy happening and then it goes back to normal. It's now prophecy after prophecy that's popping off after another. Now the puzzle that is finally coming together of how all this how prophesied will be a World War III, how the chip, the microchip, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, how all that's coming together now. Okay, so it's speaking now. Okay, now we're seeing it play out. This Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the so-called Negroes and all the rest of you tribes, man, Israel. Okay? I will also gather all nations, will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? That's basically a mid-eastern region, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native Americans, and the confusion of faces, whom they scatter amongst the nations. So how do we get scattered? By way of cargo slave ships, okay? The transatlantic slave trade, okay? And parted my land. Okay, and who's parting the land over there in Israel? Okay, that's the so-called Jews. Okay, the Amalekites, the chief tribe of the house of Esau, the Edomites, who are the so-called white race. Okay, then you had the Ishmaelites over there. Okay, then you had those Cushites, the Ethiopians over there, those so-called Africans over there. Okay, they're all fighting over that land. Okay, they all claim heritage to the land of Israel, when really none of them own that land. Okay? This is Ezekiel 36 verse 1. Also thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord Yahweh. Because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in our possession. And what's the ancient high place? The land of Israel. Okay? Who does that belong to? The so-called, the Israelites, man, the real Israelites. Okay? These people right here. Okay? It says, therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. And are not we in infamy of the people, man? Okay? Of these heathens? Okay? Here it is, we telling them that we're the Israelites, man, the biblical Israelites, because we fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Those Jews in there don't fit the curses. They don't fulfill prophecy. Okay? They mock that, okay? With still infamy to them. Okay? Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which becometh a prey and derision to the heathen that are round about. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen. Okay? Hold on. So now, okay? So they stole that land. They know they stole it. So let's go to I just went to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel, the 10th chapter, 38th chapter, the 10th verse. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, thou shalt think an evil thought. And these nations are thinking an evil thought, man. Look at this. Let's go back. These missiles right here. See that? Iran talking about how it is capable of reaching Saudi Arabia and Israel, man. They thinking that evil thought hit the button, man. Okay? So let's go scroll down. I'm gonna start at the 16th verse. And thou shalt come actually, let me see. I'm I'm gonna start at 16. Thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as the clouds to the cover of the land. Now hear this. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall sanctify thee, O God, that's the Russian before their eyes. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, art thou he of whom I have spoken of old time? My servants, the prophets of Israel, was prophesying those days many years that I will bring thee against them. And it shall come to pass at that same time when God shall once come against the land of Israel, said the Lord Yahweh, that my fury shall come up in my face, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath I have spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. And why is it going to be a great shaking in the land of Israel? Because the missiles, man. This right here is why it's going to be a great shaking in the land of Israel, man. That missile right there, okay? Because Israel is going to be destroyed. Why? Because you have heathens and the land is defiled, man. They have in that pink city. These fake Jews having their pink city parades with the whole kosher pig, okay? Circumcising babies with their mouths, okay? So-called, I like to say. It's defiled, man, with these heathens. So the Lord's going to destroy that land, okay? And they don't belong in that land anyway. And it tells you in the scriptures, in Ezekiel, what is it, 37th or 33rd chapter? It's in the book of Ezekiel, how the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard. Why is that? Because the missiles, man, the impact from the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. So that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence, and the mountains shall be thrown down, and steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground, man. Okay? So that's what's going to happen, okay? The land of Israel, as of right now, with these heathens in it, will be destroyed, man. So this is Isaiah the 60th chapter. This is the 60th chapter in the first verse. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen up upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the gross darkness the people. Okay? And that's what happened. Okay? These heathen Esau's got into control, and he's spread the earth with lies, man. Okay? And these people are in darkness, but who's not in darkness? The elect. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to thy brightness of thy rising. Lift up thy eyes round about, and see all they gather themselves together and come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Okay? Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Who is it talking about? It's talking about the Israelites. And if you go in the forces in this verse, it's talking about the wealth of these heathens, man. The multitude of the camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and insights, and they shall shew forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as the cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, the ships of Tarshish. First, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I will smote thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. So they going, once the land of Israel is destroyed, how is it going to be built back up? Through the heathens, when we put them in captivity. Okay? Because they are all these heathens. If your bloodline does not go back to a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, you're a heathen, okay, and you're going into captivity, okay, and they're gonna build up our kingdom basically, just how we did them, okay. Once Israel is destroyed, that's how it's gonna get built back up, okay. Therefore thy gates shall be continually open, they shall not be shut day or night, nor night, that men might bring unto the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Okay? Who's the kings? Starting on this side. Who rules? Esau, right? So these elites and the rest of these kings and these leaders of these other nations, these heathen nations. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve these shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So if they don't serve the Israelites, the Lord's going to bash them in like powder, man. Okay? So that's what's coming. Okay? So that was just it. But Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom to the hopeful elect.